your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us late on your Friday night. Not too bad of conditions overall as high pressure was developing early on this morning, cleared out all of that precipitation that we were seeing late last night and early on this morning, and now clear skies. As you can see on the satellite and radar, high pressure is still developing, giving us a very calm and clear night. With temperatures today, we're in the upper 80s, so a little bit of a relief compared to those temperatures in the 90s the past few days, and we are still into the 70s, so rather comfortable throughout our viewing area, but it's still hanging on into the 80s in Decatur at 82 degrees, but the rest of us in the mid to low 70s, and we're going to continue to fall just a few more degrees here, but we do have a little bit of active weather to talk about. I will be tracking all of those storms coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
There is going to be no end to this, Courtney. There is no end in sight. People are hungry.
And money is running out to buy food and pay the bills as thousands are left waiting on unemployment benefits with no answers. Plus, plans are out for the upcoming school year at one major district, how parents are responding. And Greek reunion normally means bars are packed, but not this year. We'll tell you why.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 10.
I feel like they are actually intentionally avoiding any payout.
But they say they're just overwhelmed. Thousands of people in the state are without work because of the pandemic. If that's not hard enough, they can't seem to get any jobless benefits. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini. We asked you yesterday about this glitch in the unemployment system. Dozens of you have messaged us just since last night saying you're all running into the same problem. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting joins us live from the newsroom tonight. So, Courtney, you read these emails. These people are desperate.
They are, Paul, and many of them close to their limit. Some are surviving on savings, but it can't last forever. All they want is someone to explain what's going on, but they can't get through to anyone.
There's no date that somebody's going to call me. There's no sign of a date to get a date. There's nothing. I'm just stuck waiting.
And the waiting never seems to end. Thousands are demanding answers and hearing none, like Jean Kent, who's running through their savings, Crystal Owens, who says she's called more than 50 times with no response, or Benny Randall, who says he's barely eating and on the verge of losing his apartment.
We have to constantly, move things around, rob Peter to pay Paul to manage. But there are worse people out there, and it is scary.
Each issue is a little different, but they all have the same common thread: no money. Some have even gone as far as contacting legislators.
I encourage people, be that squeaky wheel. Make sure that you are that you're doing what you have to do, or at the minimum, if you've got other things that you've got to take care of at home, make sure your legislator is doing that for you, because that's what your tax dollars are supposed to do.
But once they finally get that coveted call back, it doesn't always offer a solution.
Some of the most frustrating calls I've had are with the people who did get a call back, but the person on the other line still wasn't able to address their circumstance.
An IDES spokesperson says they're still urging people to use their callback system, but many who have are still waiting to hear back days later. And in the meantime, the bills keep piling up.
There is no end in sight. People are hungry.
Reporting, I'm Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader. If you do reach out to your legislator for help and you eventually reach a solution, they are asking that you call them back to let them know you worked things out. Paul.
Some good advice. Hopefully those people do get the situation resolved. Courtney, thanks. Well, Champaign Schools released a plan for students in the fall. There are two options for students: an in-person and blended learning option, or doing everything virtually. The district says both options have to include at least 5 hours a day of learning. That's mandated by the Board of Education. The plans also mandate masks be worn inside school buildings. Some parents feel that'll never work.
So I don't see how that's fair, because me being an adult, I hate being in a mask. And I'm outside all day, 11, 12 hours a day, and I'm suffocating. So I wouldn't dare torture my daughter or any child with a mask all day. It's not going to work.
For students who take in-person classes, they'll have shorter hours. For a closer look at this proposed schedule situation for each grade, you can head to our website. Parents in St. Joe are feeling the pressure to find childcare during this pandemic now that the school district is considering condensing schedules for the upcoming year. Administration is trying to safely bring kids back for the school year under the state-mandated guidelines. The board's considering a split morning-afternoon schedule, bringing half the kids in for 3 hours from 8 until 11 and the rest from noon until 3. The concern is daycare in St. Joe will get overcrowded with the increased demand for childcare.
Everyone's scrambling, trying to find relatives and grandparents to kind of fill that void, but it's difficult because you have to work, you have to earn, and you have to keep the bills paid. But we sacrificed her spot at our normal daycare to an essential child where there are 2 working parents, but the spots are full.
The St. Joseph Church of Christ offered to open a daycare in its building if the school district decides to start the split schedule. The school board will vote on the new schedule at the next board meeting. The superintendent says he expects it to be approved. Several bars in Campus Town are closing this weekend to prevent socializing during Greek reunion. The event happens annually with leaders from every fraternity and sorority. Cam's, Red Lion, and Joe's are among the bars that'll be closed. School leaders have asked students who are out of town not to return. The City of Champaign announced last week an ordinance for all of Campus Town. It lasts 30 days and limits capacity to 50% and prevents people under 21 from being in bars after 9 o'clock. An event for teenagers who missed out on their proms this year has been canceled. The Glitz and Glam prom by M2 was supposed to be at City View on Tuesday night. It was going to have precautions in place, including a mask mandate and temperature checks. M2's owner sent us this statement saying, quote, ultimately, with our concerns from other situations in the community, we decided, although we had been approved and were following all of the guidelines, it was in our best interest to cancel. There are more than 1,300 new cases of COVID-19 across the state for a total of nearly 152,000. The positivity rate's gone up to nearly 3%. There have also been 25 more deaths for a total of more than 7,100. The conversation at the state capitol, however, has turned toward the many statues across its grounds. Speaker Mike Madigan called for the one of Stephen Douglas to come down after learning about the former senator's history as a slave owner. He also wants Douglas's portrait removed. While the portrait vote won't come until later this year when lawmakers return to the Capitol, some agree that statue needs to go.
We have artwork and statuary and things not just here at the Capitol, but across the state of Illinois that's owned by the state of Illinois that we probably need to reevaluate. And certainly the Douglas statue is one of them that I think we need to move to a different location. Somebody who owned slaves should not be standing at the entrance to our Illinois State Capitol.
Speaker Madigan wants the statue of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to have a more prominent place. House Democrat Chris Welch filed a bill to do that earlier, but it was sidelined by COVID-19. Springfield will soon have a new food hall and bar. The group behind the project hopes it'll bring fresh life to the city's social scene while giving entrepreneurs a chance to try new ideas. The public market is scheduled to open next summer. And when it does, stalls inside will be owned by different vendors. The idea has been in the works for nearly a year, and the owners hope it'll bring a big city feel to the capital city.
But yeah, we'd love to see new concepts come in. The whole idea behind this is to be innovative and, help restaurateurs out or somebody who wants to try a new idea to have less overhead, have a smaller space where we direct traffic for them. And hopefully that works out and we see, multiple things come through that's exciting for people.
The location will also be home to the city's rooftop bar. The building they're taking over has been vacant for nearly 20 years. The group said it'll start leasing vendor spots in the coming months. Rantoul's already getting a sports complex. What else is in the works? Plus, pouring rain flooded streets in one city. What problems some say needs to be fixed. And COVID took away Illinois' run at the NCAA tournament this year, but the House of Pain is making up for it. I'll tell you how.